Good evening, everyone. Not to waste much of our time, we have burnt a lot of time. So, pending when others will join us, I just need us to move on with this. Okay, so good evening, everyone. Like we like we discussed last week. Last week we discussed how to scale a product, and now I haven't considered products that are scaled successfully scaled. We are looking at how what makes a product actually great. So we have with us today Michael Yewusi, one of my boss in the industry, and it's an honor having him among us, having him with us this evening to just share with us one or two things about from his experience about the psychology of behind a good product, psychology behind a great product. So Michael is someone who understand that product goes beyond how it works and how it feels to understanding the designer's thought process, understanding the designer's resources, what he uses to complete a task, what he uses. Basically, I've gotten to realize that Michael is more of the resources kind of person. Following him on LinkedIn is more the resources kind of person. Yeah, your design is fine, beautiful, and all of that. But how did you achieve that? Because we all know that within the design world, a lot of people do copy and paste. In fact, in the tech world, a lot of people do copy and paste and all that, which is not a problem. But I've gotten to realize that Michael is more of a resources person. And as a senior product designer, an educator, a speaker, a mentor, he has been able to impact millions of lives, maybe one of them, both as users and as audience. Due to his priceless knowledge sharing, he has become one of the most respected persons in the product design community, especially in the design world. If you are a designer, you will know Michael. You should have come across one of his posts one way or the other. You just have to have come across his post. Yeah, just have to come across his post. Due to so yeah, he's a respected person, always helping designers grow beyond tools into strategic product thinking. Personally, I've learned from Michael, like I said earlier, one way or the other. I've learned, but one of the things I've gotten from Michael's post that have really helped me is his mode of writing. The other day, I even copied this. I went to his post, went to his timeline, to his profile, copied his post. Then I had my content, not that I copied his content, I had the context, my content. So I learned how to do that numbering of tools. I just copied this post, went to my ChatGPT, pasted my content, pasted his post, and said, "You write this post for me using this format and all of that." So yeah, it listed. That was the first time I did it, and I felt like, okay, this is nice, something I can do. And I started doing it like for a while. So personally, I've learned a form of content writing and storytelling from him. So today, drawing from his experience of building 30 plus products across 10 industries, we will be hearing from him on the psychology behind a great product. So please join me this evening. Please join me this evening as I welcome Michael Oyosi to yeah, he's laughing.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
It is the
thank
truth.
you, thank you very much, Ebenezer, for inviting me. To be honest, it's genuinely an honor to be here. So even when I saw the topic, to be honest, I was thinking of preparing like a presentation that, I mean, full of framework. But then I'm like, the knowledge that I have about products that have succeeded and that have failed, they actually like come from personal experiences. So today I don't want to give us those theories. I actually want to like share like some few lessons that have completely changed the way I think about building products. So I want to start with a story. I mean, the theme is the psychology behind great products. So I would want to start with like a story. So back in 2012, I had the opportunity of working with a venture capitalist. Their name is Catalyst Fund. I don't know if you guys have heard of Catalyst Fund. So what these guys do is they look for companies in in Africa, Asia, and I think North America. Yes, North America. So and then they invest in them. So I was working with an agency that had a contract with them. So when those startup comes to us, all we do is we help them with designs. So like I did it for like 2 years. So some of the startups that came when I was there, I mean, we had the likes of Carrywise, Cheaper Cash. They also went through that accelerator program. So, but one of my favorite part of the job wasn't designing products; it was actually studying them. I was actually obsessed because some companies they scale, some don't. Do you get even with the founders? You will see some companies they have like the best founders. They got funding because I mean the startup will even give you funding, will give you design it. Yeah, some of these companies still disappeared. So the more I studied this product, the more one question kept staying in my mind. What actually makes a product great? So I mean that's something we'll be dissecting today. So and how many of you guys can remember Abeg? Yeah, Abeg was one product that came into limelight with so much what's it called? Like so much possibility. I'm sure you guys can remember because they sponsored BB Niger then. When Abeg launched, they were everywhere. Twitter, Instagram. I mean, everyone was talking about it. You would see celebrities using this platform, like even telling people that oh you can. I mean, people were just getting money from it. Sending money was fun. People were winning giveaway here and there. People were referring themselves, but something very fascinating happened. Within weeks, they grew from 20,000 users to around 1.8 million download. Guys, think about it. 20,000 users to 1.8 million download. And if anyone had shown you those numbers then, you would have said this is a successful product. Like this is actually going to work because it worked then. So, but the Abeg that we know, it no longer exists. I mean, Piggyverse acquired it and they rebuilt it into a completely different product entirely. And I mean, we tend to ask why did this move happen? But we come to realize that what made people come was the feature. Like it was enticing, it was amazing. Yeah. But what made people stay? Like for example, now the giveaway created attention, but they were never creating habits. Yeah, they didn't create retention. They didn't create like a sustainable business. So I mean, from this story, because I had to bring it back to what we all know. I don't want to go to the Google, Microsoft, and thereabouts. I just have to localize this experience. So that story taught me one lesson in product: growth and greatness are not the same thing, and that's what I want us to explore today. So over the years, I've learned like a couple of lessons when it comes to building great products. And the first one I would say is that great product begin with validated problems, not brilliant ideas. I mean, these days in the age of AI, someone can just wake up one morning, have an idea, and build. Just tell you, oh, they have the final result, and like, oh, I have a startup now. Or you would see some teams they will fall in love with building process. Like they can have an idea, they open Figma, they design beautiful screens. You would even see people hiring engineers, and then when they launch, you would now realize that nobody actually wanted this product. And I've been there before. There was a time I and my guys, we had an idea. We built a product. Yeah. We built a product and we spent 6 months building that product. That product was so beautiful. It was like one of because we invested so much in designing just for us to solve that problem. Guys, guess what? 6 months down the line, when we were done with the product, we realized that the users that we thought were going to use our product have moved on. The problem no longer existed. There's now something different. See, there's even a solution to the problem that we are building, and we did not even know. So building is expensive. I always say that for you to build a product is expensive. Even if you use AI, trust me, when you start refining, you will still have to spend money. Yeah, I mean, but learning is cheap. So what you need to do is the goal is not to validate your solution, is to invalidate your assumptions. Because I mean, the more you invalidate your assumptions, the better it is for you. So one question I always ask before I do any product, before I decide to even commit, is this a problem that people actually care about? I mean, the question is not will people like this product, because obviously people can like anything, but do they genuinely care about this problem? I mean, some people are concerned about, oh, this is innovative. But then if you come to think about what is innovative, you realize that the problem is not even painful enough. I mean, you're trying to solve a problem that cannot even scale that product. Like so, and then we now eventually fall in love with the solution rather than the problem itself. So I mean, validation doesn't always require 6 months of research or 1 year of research thereabout. It could just take 5 interviews. There's a product I'm currently building, and then for us, we did a bit of validation. We went to the market, like I mean, because our solution was for market women. When we interviewed 5 market women, we realized that our solution already exists. So we have to tweak it in a way that is actually going to work for them. If not, we realize that it's going to be difficult to drop the existing tool for ours. So we realize that we have to, but if we didn't do that, we'll just be competing blindly. So I mean, sometimes even if it's 5 interviews, even if it's watching somebody complete a task, even if it's clickable prototype, even if it's just landing page, validation will replace assumption with evidence. So that's the first thing. Try and validate the product. Lesson two: great products solve problems, not features. Like I said earlier, people fall in love with features, they fall in love with the building process, but they always understand that every product that you're building has to solve a problem. People will not wake up one day hoping to use your product because it has nice features. They want to use your product because it is solving a problem. And we have example of Uber, Bolt, thereabout. I would not just wake up one morning and say I want to use Uber or something, but because I need to move from point A to point B and I don't have a car, so I have to find something comfortable for me. Or for example, child deck. I need to eat. People eat every day. People eat morning, afternoon, night. Some people even eat 5 times in a day. So why would I open child deck? Because I'm hungry. I would not just open child deck because they have a feature where you can easily send you can easily maybe just say you can easily just send somebody food or thereabout. No, you would open it first because you need to eat, you need to survive. So sometimes we have to consider what problem are we trying to solve, because features are temporary, the problems are what create value. So whenever a team start talking about features, I mean, I've been in situations where you see people talking about features, oh, we want to add this, we want to add that, before understanding the problem. Trust me, I always tell founders, you guys are building backwards. We have to understand the problem first, then we look at how we can now build that feature to cater for that problem. The third one that I have here is great products create value for everyone involved. I mean, we focus on the users. I mean, we as product designers, as product manager, one of the things they always tell us is users, 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 users. But then sometimes we even consider the business. If the users love the product, like they love the product so much, but the business can't make money, then the product eventually dies. That's why you see some wonderful products that you be like, why are these people charging for subscription? Why are these people doing this? Why can't they just make it free? But then if they're giving you that much value and then the business is not making money, that product would eventually die. So one of the things you have to also consider is scalability. If product eventually dies, I mean, business is not going to make money now. Even if you create value and the product is not sustainable, like the business cannot, it will close down. So both works hand in hand. Users will win, business will win. Even if you have partner or vendor, let them win, to create like a scheme for them that helps everyone win. Because if everyone stays, then the product scales. I mean, I still always use Uber and Bolt, for example. You will see users, which is us ordering the ride. You will see drivers, which is the people that are that are like rendering the service. And you would see the business. If the three are not working hand in hand, trust me, maybe is actually fidgeting to one side, that product will most likely fail. But because the business is making money, the drivers are happy, the users are also happy, then trust me, that product is going to not be a successful one, but it's going to be a memorable one. So balancing different needs without losing sight of the users matters. So and also I would also want to talk about simplicity. A lot of people, I mean, I've worked with a lot of founders, and sometimes it's just more, oh, add this, add that. Our users want this. If they can't have this, you get, they just want to keep adding features here and there. But I've tried to research on product, and the ones that I've admired the most, yeah, are not the ones that are actually doing the most. They're the ones that make things that look difficult easy. Like, oh, I want to order a food. One, two, three. I've ordered it. I could see that my rider is coming. I could see the progress. Those are like people thinking through a difficult problem and making it easier. I mean, we have examples of Google Search, WhatsApp, or Paystack. You've seen Paystack, what's it called? Their payments page. It's as simple as just one small thing, because they just need you to copy, what's it called, copy code and make payments. Even WhatsApp doesn't even look as beautiful as other chatting app, but then the adoption is mad. Even what's it called, Google search, it's just as easy as you would see yourself. It's now later that you now see them adding new things, like adding background colors, adding this, but when they started, they made it as simple as possible. The interface is not complicated. I mean, you could see this product, but the experience is like very simple. So one thing I've learned is that adding features is easy, but removing those unnecessary complexity is what is actually much harder. So as designers, as PMs, what we can ask ourselves is, what can we remove in a product without actually removing value? I mean, if you can actually answer these questions and then, I mean, back it up with validated research, you realize that the problem that you're building or the product that you're building is going to like become intuitive. So I would want to add one final lesson. that have been coming to my head when I was having this conversation. Great product, yeah, they never stop learning. And one of the things that founders make, I mean, when I say founders, because I've worked with a lot of founders, and when I was working with Catalyst Fund, we usually have like direct interaction with the founders. I mean, you and the founder will even be on a WhatsApp group, and then you'll be chatting. And I've also built product over time. I've built I've worked with a product that I've scaled as well, so I understand how these things work. Founders believe that um, you have to build that product at once, like, and then users adopt. I mean, there's a reason why we have V1, V2, V3, V4, because people change, technology changes, competition changes, even the market changes. So these companies that you've seen that have survived, they are not the companies that have guessed correctly once. They always learn, they observe, they test, they improve. Like a team that believes that they already know everything, on that team, they still have a lot to learn. Because as you're building the product, you keep learning. Like I said in my post, because when I was crafting this, what's it called, the LinkedIn post to this event, one experience came to my head. When we were in, I was in Quick Check then, because I like to mention names. So I was in Quick Check. Quick Check is one lending company. So we usually design based on experiments, like complete experiments. Like I think the founders, they raised a lot of money, so they were ready to test and keep testing and testing. So we had like more than 5 different measuring tools, like tools that will help you understand how users are interacting with your product. And there's one particular feature I can never forget, because we used Oddjack. There's one particular feature that it just requires users to click a button and move on. But there's another button. That thing is not even a button, it's just a test. Just hanging around that particular part. That was when I knew that the way we think we understand users is not the same way these users behave. Like repeatedly, you see that age, if you use Hotjar now, you know how that age button works. That particular part was users have clicked, they've reached that particular part. And then you're wondering, this is the button, this is continue button. But they ignored it completely because they saw something more enticing to them there. That was when I knew that how we think about product sometimes is totally different from how these users see this product. And that is why you have to open that space of learning. You have to open that space of understanding that things have to keep improving. So if you have a founder today that just wants feature, you can always let them know that, okay, and why not let us start small and keep scaling. Have you seen one of the challenges you would have as either designers or PM is having this conversation with founders. They are usually more concerned about how the product will make money without understanding that for a product to make money is in stages. Or I mean, every problem, every this thing has to be scalable, yeah, right? But then for you to be able to for you to be able to fit that vision that they have is in stages. All these products that we know that have all these features. I've been studying child care recently. Today you would see feature even buy food for anybody. You can buy food for people. You can. There's even a one tap food now. Like food you've eaten before. You can easily just click on it and buy it. But in 2 years ago, they don't have it. They don't have these things. But as you keep moving, as you keep growing, but then you will see one founder and I can come and say he wants to build a food platform or an ordering app, and then tell you he wants that feature to be there because child deck already has it. Or he can tell you he wants even features that are not there and he wants more, without forgetting that sometimes the more we put these things together, the difficult it is for users. The even engineering part, I think most people don't see that engineering part. It will break. They will fix one thing, another thing will break. So when you start small, build a V1, know that people have already adopted it, then move to a V2, then start improving like that. Trust me, that product will do better than the one that they added all the features and then they could not even manage the infrastructure behind it. So, I mean, I'm going to end it with the fact that this is 2026. Yeah, we can't actually mention building a product or actually scaling a product without mentioning AI. I mean, people would ask you that is adding AI to your product, will you make it a great product? And then one question I always tell people is that for me, I really don't think so. AI is like an incredible tool. I mean, these days people vibe code. It's easy to just go on your system, like I mentioned, code one or two things and build a what's it called, and build a product tomorrow and then say okay you have a startup. But what you should think about is these tools are actually meant to assist you. They are meant to make whatever you're building either faster. I mean, before we know how long it takes us to do research, but now it's even much more easier because you have AI, you have a tool that can collate information here and there. Yeah. So AI is never a reason why people love your product. AI is just something that can help you get better outcome. I mean, it help you deliver the outcomes more effectively. Before, if a developer wants to wants to build a front end for you. Yeah, it might not even look exactly as, I mean, is one issue that designers, developer, PMs have had. It might not even look exactly at what was designed. But now these tools, they're like different tools that are out that can help you get exactly what you designed. Like I've seen it live. So I mean, what AI is meant to help you do is make the outcome more effective. Yeah. And like I said, you have to still be solving a meaningful product. If you still have a bad product, there's never any technology that can come and save you. It's the people, it's the business, and then it's like how you've adopted, I mean, the problems that would save you. So like I said, from my experience, I've come to understand that. And watching companies that have succeeded, watching the ones that have failed, like I mentioned in my this thing, I used Abek as an example. I also used some successful ones like Childek, Uber, Bolt, thereabout. So I'm just going to like iterate the stuff that I've mentioned earlier. So for a successful product or for a great product, they start with validation. They solve meaningful needs. They create value that for everyone that are involved. They make things that are complex. They make it feel simple, and they never stop learning. You see everything else like growth, funding, downloads, AI. My design is beautiful. Those things they only amplify it. I mean, I'm not discrediting that those things should not be there because I mean those things are like factor to success, but then they are not what will create a good or a great product for you. I've seen products that are very beautiful and still failed, like failed completely. Like I would be like, this is the best product, best looking product I've ever seen, but they still fail. So users don't hope they're not waking up to use your product. Like they are hoping that the product can improve their lives. Your product is meant to be a bridge. Yeah, it has to be useful. That people will stop thinking about the product itself and then thinking about what they can achieve with your product. So, I mean, you see some product chasing virality, chasing trend, chasing features. They are good things to have, but they are not the best thing to chase. What you should be chasing is understanding. Yeah, because the moment you deeply understand users, yeah, you would realize that that is like the clear pathway to building a successful and a great product. Thank you very much, guys. I think I've been able to what's it called? Um, let you guys understand. I mean, share one or two knowledge from the experiences that I've had. These are like mostly personal experiences, but I mean, an habit that has been practiced over time. You will start seeing like some what's it called? You start seeing like some consistency in that behavior, and that's what I've been able to share with you guys today. So thank you very much, guys, and I hope that I've been able to share this knowledge effectively. So thank you very much, guys. I know that we still have like question and answer, so that would be our next phase. So Ebenezer, I want you to take over from there.
Yeah, thank you very much. Honestly, thank you very, very much. But I have questions. I have questions. Please permit me to be the first person to ask question. Please, does anybody have any questions? First of all, please, if you have questions, you can raise up your hand or drop it in the chat section. I will get it. I'll take it there. So this one is my own question. My own question.
Yeah.
So I
Okay.
will start from the last part you talked about. You talked about AI.
Yeah.
I so much love AI. I so much love AI and all that. But then you said AI is never a reason why people will love your product. Yeah. But it will help you have a better outcome.
Okay. Okay.
I did a little study some time ago, last
Yeah.
month. Yeah, we are in a new month, last month, yes. And I realized that if your product does not have AI in it, like as one of your um, major text message, as your messaging, yeah. So like on the
Yeah.
hero section, we have an AI-driven platform, like those kind of AI
Yeah.
driven bold. It's you likely be losing a percentage or a fraction of your
Hmm.
users.
Hmm.
So now, if you
Hmm.
look at even banking now, you see things like an AI-centered banking, even in the
I agree.
educational space. People users love it when there's AI written there. They believe
Yeah.
that helps the system runs better. It will help them make easier decisions. When you
Hmm.
go on the product, you will see this bot by the bottom right that says, "Hi, my name
Yeah.
is Tina, here to help you." This
Yeah.
kind of thing. So it intrigues users. Now that thing is what you said in a way
Mm-hmm.
is countering what I just said. I don't know how can you put like
Um,
balance it.
okay. Okay. That's a very good observation. Yeah. So and to be honest, I totally agree with your point. You made a fair point. So AI is one of the most exciting technology we've seen before. Guys, we've seen Web 1, read only. We've seen Web 3. I mean, Web 3 even came. And then people adopted it, NFT and thereabouts. Yeah. But we've never seen anything like AI. Yeah. Because is rapidly growing. The world is moving fast. Yeah. So this is the most exciting technology we've seen in years. So in a way, what you've mentioned makes absolute sense. But one thing I don't think about is that AI does not change the fundamental of product building. Because for a user to wake up, they would not tell you, oh, I hope I use AI today. You would not see anybody tell you, I want to use today, my goal is to use AI in the product that I'm using. What people want is to complete a task faster, is to make better decisions or solve a problem. AI is valuable when it helps people achieve these outcomes. You're not forgetting the problem at hand. So should we integrate AI with a product? Yes, if it will make people complete tasks faster, make better decisions, or solve a problem. So in a way, we are actually saying the same thing. Yeah, I'm just saying that AI is very valuable when it helps people achieve these outcomes. So you will not start a product decision by asking how can we use AI. No, you would ask what question are we trying to solve. If AI is the best way to solve that problem, then why not? If it's not, don't bother forcing it into the product. So one thing AI has changed is how we build this product. Yeah, the testing, the research, and even personalizing this experience. That's like very powerful. Yeah, but when things are faster, they don't automatically mean they are better. You still need empathy. You need validation. You need to understand how people are thinking because eventually technology would evolve. Human needs they don't change as quickly as that. The way you eat or the way if you need to order food, you would this is almost the same way you will still be ordering that food in the next 5 years. It's just how humans are interacting with it that would improve. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. So for me, I believe that the future belongs to that thing that would combine using AI with deep customer understanding, not AI alone. So I don't know if I've been able to answer that question because I personally think, and from research and from understanding, I say that you have to merge both hand in hand. Everything I've mentioned with AI, great. If AI doesn't fit into your product, don't force it. If it fits perfectly, then adopt it. Eventually, as the user needs are growing, you would realize that okay, this is even the best time to fit AI. Sometimes you might think that what you're using AI for might not be necessary, or what you need AI to do might not be what those users need as at that time. You'll be, I mean, if you do a research, you will see how many AI-driven companies have failed. It's not because AI doesn't work or AI is not working, but because the problem that they are solving, people don't need it. So I hope that has been able to answer your question. And if you have any follow-up question, I would also like to answer. So,
Oh, yeah, that answered the question. Let me just chip in the
uh,
second one also before I go to the other people's question. Now,
okay.
you talked about validation and all that. Yeah. Have you ever used an AI to validate a, let me use your word. I love what you said there. You said, let me get it exactly. The goal is to invalidate your assumption and not to validate your solution. So have you ever used an AI to invalidate your assumption in the sense that you have a product you designed and all of that, but then you just have to like, okay, you need to like test it and push it out. So you're using AI for the building and all that, then so we can invalidate our assumption. Have you ever been in that kind of scenario? Have you ever done that? Or yeah,
Um, yes, I have.
okay.
Yeah. The reason is because I mean AI gathers data. Yeah. If you go to let's say ChatGPT or Claude, and then you ask AI, let's say you need like an holistic view on something. Yeah. You can easily just get like one particular data, maybe how people are thinking, or maybe from something so like unvalidated. I mean, you could even use these tools to invalidate those things to understand if these things make sense in the whole grand scheme of things. Because the idea of AI, for example, I'm going to use ChatGPT or Claude here. The idea is to give you information from year, and year, and add it into one, and then give you that final this thing. So it's just a faster way of knowing if what you're even doing makes sense or if there are other assumptions. Do you get? So the question is, have I used AI to invalidate assumption? Yes, I have. Have I used AI to validate assumption? Yes, I have. I've used AI to do basically anything you can think of. I'm an avid user of AI. I use AI a lot. So even when I'm whatever I'm doing, even to daily life, to some basic things that I don't even have to use AI for, I use AI to validate them. So yes, I use it, and I mean when I get the results, I still try to validate them with actual users to see if they correlate. So yes, I do.
Okay, so on the list that we have online, So we will drop some
Okay.
questions that I would really like us to just point address here. So the
Okay.
first question that we're bringing out is, how can you tell if a product will be great or not, so you not waste your time, because you made mention of validating the product and all of that.
Yes.
So coming
Yes.
into a product, into a team, can I like look at that team and observe one or two things and say this product is not what I should put my time and energy into, like that?
Okay. Okay. That's a very good question. I mean, anybody that has that question, that person is like that person wants to build a great product. So before they can be thinking of answering that. But one of the things I would say is I don't think, or I actually don't think that anyone can tell with certainty what which product would scale and which one will fail. Do you get? I mean, you cannot predict which one will come out great. Because if we cannot predict, I don't think people would have failed products now. They've always said 9 out of 10 products fails, only one succeed. So if 9 and 10 products out of 10 products fail, you know that inside 10 people, 9 people are obviously going to waste their time. Do you get? But the goal is never to predict, isn't to predict success. The goal is to reduce uncertainty. So the first thing I look at is the problem, not the product. You can ask questions like, is this a real problem? Is it frequent? Is it painful? Are people already trying to solve this problem that we have? So, and also the second thing I also look at is usually the team, because sometimes I get what's it called, even on LinkedIn, some people reach out to me that, oh, they want me to come and be founder, their co-founder, they want me to come and be part of their team, CTO, thereabout. But then one of the things I do before even signing the contract is I analyze the team. Yeah. If the team is a team that actually wants to learn, scale, build, then sometimes I see that, okay, this team, regardless of however the journey goes, you can build something meaningful. So the best founders that I've worked with, they really don't fall in love with their ideas. Yeah. They fall in love with learning, they validate and they test. Yeah. They change direction when the evidence tells them to. Some people are stubborn, oh, because they believe in something doesn't mean it will work. Oh. They will keep doing. So that is how I've always approached it. Yeah. A product that people love but cannot sustain financially won't survive. That's everything I can say about that. So
So let me just ask one more question before I'll take the ones in the chat box, in the chat section. So
that,
I'm trying to like match them together.
yeah.
Okay, so this one also looks very important. What makes a product great? Is it the user or the solution or the business? Because you made mention of users, you made mention of some products that the users are what made them like stand out. You also made mention some
Mhm.
products that the that believes in business goals and all of that. So you made mention of like these three things for three different scenarios. So
Yeah,
what
yeah.
can you see is which one should we look at as a team? Because me, I like
Hmm.
results. I don't want to beat
I
around the
mean,
bush.
yeah, that makes sense. So to be honest, I don't think the user and business goal. I'm going to answer it fast because I'm seeing some questions there. So I don't think the user and business goals should be treated as enemies. I mean, it's usually like a fight between PMs, designers, and founders. Yeah, any successful product needs both. Like I mentioned, a product that is not generating money it doesn't solve, it will eventually die because it's not sustainable. And a founder that you are if a product that is money based, no user driven, would also fail. So both works hand in hand. But you have to consider some questions. What outcomes does the user want? What outcome does the business need? And how can one interaction achieve both? I don't know if you get that question. So if you can answer those questions, you realize that good design is not just about choosing user over business rule. It's about designing experience where both the user and the business succeed.
Hmm. Okay, the users must be there and the business succeed. Thank you for that.
Yes. Yeah, so the first question is sorry, let me just take it. If you could start over as a product designer today, what would be your roadmap to build your own personal monopoly as in this AI era? I would give two but I'll make it fast. So one of the things is be that person that solves problem. Yeah. Um if you try and solve problem, if you're looking to solve problem, you would be like very irreplaceable. Because this is like personal experience. I've been in companies where me actively putting in the work to like I'm concerned, I add value to the team. I try to like speak in meetings, I try to drop concerns here and there. Like people will say it's eye service, but trust me, as a designer, you need to actually show up at where you work. Let them know that okay, you're trying to add value. So being very hard to replace. I mean, anybody can be replaced, but being hard to replace will help you stand out. Another one is showing up online. If I had known earlier, I would have even started this online journey way more earlier because I mean, but I'm still grateful for whatever I've done within that period. So those two things are like things that I could have started way more earlier. If I'm starting out now, I'm going to show up online and then do the things that I didn't do earlier in my career by actively being involved, actively contributing into product decisions, not just design alone. So those are like the two things I would like to.
In the absence of any other question, I want to call it a ninth year, and I hope we put into practice what we've learned. See you guys. We are not having any call next week, so these are the little calls. So please, let's all enjoy ourselves and put into practice what we've learned. Thank you very much, guys. Good night.